Hello everyone, my name is Mary. Welcome to my channel, Mary Speaks. Today, I am not making a movie review. I am not trying video. I am not trying any exotic food. Instead, I am going to get all my frustrations out. Today is the last day of 2020. And oh my god, it has been a terrible year. It's been a shitty firestorm of the year. It's just been a dumpster. It's just been an awful mess. It's like someone, you were walking in the woods and you just got swatted a million times by a grizzly bear, and then a tree fell on you and the grizzly. It's just been terrible. It's been no walk through the park for anyone. Um, it hasn't been good for people in just regular lives, just day-to-day living. It hasn't been good for anyone in the world, really. It's just been terrible. It's been a terrible year, full of terrible things, terrible events, chaos, murder, death. Is there anything good to say about this year? I don't know. I don't know. Where do you begin? I mean, first of all, Australian fires were still going on. I mean, those poor koala bears. And then, things started going a little bit worse because China got the COVID. Then we thought, in America, well, that's in China. They're gonna cope, right? It's not going to turn into a pandemic. Oh no, but no, it did. It turned into a pandemic. It turned into a worldwide pandemic, and then people are like, no, it's not really that bad. It's not a real pandemic. I mean, it's nothing worse than the flu or the cold or the whatever. But then it turned worse, and then people died. What else could go wrong? Right? Nothing else, right? We're right? No, everything went wrong. I mean, we got put into lockdown. That sucked. It sucked. It all sucked. And we just had to cope. It felt like, for me, I mean, it just felt like everything was just being pulled under my feet and away from me, and nothing was stable. It was like, I mean, I was in foster care. It was like I was in foster care all over again. Things were disappearing left and right. It was like, oh, no, you don't have childcare. Oh, no, yeah, your finals are online now. Oh, no, you can't even go to the gym now. And no, you're not allowed to go shopping. Well, you can, but you have to wear a mask, and there's certain rules you have to follow. And you can't go to the zoo. You can't take your kid to a park. You just can't. You can't do anything. You can go on a walk though. Yeah. You can't let your kid just play on the playground. No, that's not allowed. Then things are kind of like, okay, we're stuck. There's nothing we can do. And then guess what? Like, well, George Floyd happened. I mean, people killing people, and cop killing a black man, and and then that caused chaos again, and more chaos again, and more chaos again. And then there were riots, like everywhere. Riots in New York, riots in Portland, riots in everywhere. Just riots. And yeah, sure, there were some peaceful protesters. Maybe questionable. But there were riots. You couldn't even get away from the riots. I mean, you just couldn't. There's just nothing I could say other than those riots were violent. So we were trying to solve violence with violence. And if that doesn't make sense, I don't know. I don't know. But, I mean, if it does make sense, then please tell me why. I mean, there's no reason that should have happened. But it did. And it made no sense. Nope. I mean, people are destroying apartment buildings and stores. And, you know, it wasn't even like the apartment building manager or whatever, or owner, was like a racist. No, they probably were some kind, loving people who maybe even were multiracial or something. But no, people needed to break buildings, burn things, set things on fire. I mean, honestly, we didn't have enough fires to begin with, did we? I mean, 2020. Terrible. Then on top of that, because, you know, things kind of calmed down. Not really. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. There were the election rate, like the racists, you know, and then there were, you know, things were going on with, like, you know, oh, this one's political campaign outranks this one, and this one's political campaign, blah blah blah, had more people, and Kanye West is running for president, and wow, who will be better, Trump or Biden? Oh, look at that, we only had 2 people to pick from. I mean, oh, and we were still quarantined. There was still no hope. There was still lockdown. And then things started opening up, and then things started shutting down again. Things started opening up. Things started shutting down again. And then, you know, summer came. Summer went. And you know what I did with my summer? I went on walks. Until there were fires. You know, fires in California, fires in Oregon, fires in Montana, fires everywhere. And then I couldn't get out. I couldn't go outside. Couldn't take my son out. There's nothing. I just had to stay in and deal with whatever smoke came in. Deal with that extremely hazardous air. That wasn't fun. 2020. Sucks. It sucked. And you know what? I'm glad today's the last day. Because, yeah, it just sucked. I mean, there's more. I mean, there's more. I mean, riots continued. Yeah, riots continued. They continued on. Like, you know, there was a whole controversy of people wearing masks, not wearing masks, whether, like, you know, the governor should do this, the governor should do that, how people should be doing this, how people should be doing that. No one could decide anything. No one could come to a conclusion together. No one could resolve any conflict this year. I swear. No one could seem to resolve a damn thing this year. I mean, there were things like, oh, coronavirus is an airborne. Oh, COVID's not an airborne. Oh, this is that. Oh, that is that. Oh, the Chinese caused it. Oh, the Chinese didn't cause it. Oh, come on, guys. And you know what? Then there were the elections. And you know what? Things were, well, I would say they were looking up. But they weren't. They weren't looking up. Nothing was hopeful. There was Trump. Then there was Biden. And of course, Kanye West. But, like, you know, mostly it was all about Trump and Biden. And then Biden won. But there were riots all throughout the election process. There were riots all during, the night before the election. There were riots. The week of the elections, there were riots. And then there was more chaos and more destruction and more division. And then people who, celebrated because Biden won were on one side, and people who really just didn't even think Biden won, but they thought Trump won because Trump thought he won, because Trump is in denial and Trump doesn't want to, admit that he lost. And, I get it, it's hard to admit they lost, but seriously, that just added more chaos and division and more uncertainty for our nation. It was like, well, okay, so we heard Biden won. Well, Trump says he won. Well, Biden said he won. Well, Trump said what? Well, Biden won, but Trump says he didn't win, and Trump wants everything just investigated and looked into, and he's still adamant that he has won, even though the evidence has shown that he has not. 2020. Not to mention, let's just go more. People died. Lots of people died. I mean, there was Kobe Bryant. There were people I don't even know who died. There were people I knew who died. There were people who died from COVID. There were people who died just because they died. And there were people who, people knew very well and they died. There's just lots of death. There's lots of death from fires, lots of death from riots, lots of death from just old age and whatever else, cancer even, and then COVID. And you know what? It's December. It's the end of the year. We should all be excited, right? But it's hard to be excited when everything's just been terrible. I mean, I couldn't even take my son to the zoo. I couldn't even go to a beach. I mean, I could, but you risk getting COVID. I mean, there's just, and everywhere you had to go, everywhere you went, you had to wear a mask. This year just sucked. Just sucked the living. Just sucked the life and the emotion and the motivation out. It was terrible for everyone. And it was terrible. It was just terrible. So, 2020. I don't want to see you again. You should just go and hide your ugly face, never come back, maybe even go to hell, and yeah, just never return. God, I hope 2021 isn't like this. Not to mention, but in 2020, I couldn't even give Ethan, my son, a birthday party that I wanted. I had all planned out in my head. I couldn't give him that. I couldn't give him a night out trick-or-treating because Halloween couldn't even be done the same. It just didn't even feel real. And then it didn't even feel like Halloween. And then Thanksgiving came. And I couldn't even get, well, I mean, I know Thanksgiving, but it just wasn't the same. And then Christmas. And Christmas wasn't the same. I mean, this year, I should have been going off somewhere else, outside of, well, Oregon, and doing something with my extended family. Couldn't even do that. Couldn't even, I mean, it was just, I couldn't even, take Ethan to go see Santa. It's just terrible. So, 2020 sucked. I think we all can agree on that. And as this year ends, this terrible year ends, I'm hesitant to actually hope for better. But I have a tiny bit of hope left. So, here we go with 2021. I mean, it's not 2021 yet, but it is New Year's Eve right now when I'm filming this. I just hope that 2021 will allow us to experience the joy of going to a movie theater and stuffing our face with popcorn. I mean, we all miss that, right? I'm hopeful that 2021 will bring us a vaccine that ensures that we either have a cure to COVID or we have a chance to prevent COVID altogether. Something that just allows us to not have to wear a mask or to be able to go out more frequently. I hope 2021 brings us the thrill of going on amusement park rides. I mean, I missed that this summer. I don't know if there were any fairs open, but I missed that. I hope that 2021 allows me to take my son somewhere, to the aquarium, to the zoo, to a park, just to a park. I mean, I am just hopeful that 2021 will treat us better. And because I couldn't fully put my hope in, I have not yet written a New Year's resolution. But I guess my New Year's resolution is this: to continue hoping for the best. And to continue making YouTube videos. And to continue being a great mother. And to continue with my college education. To continue with my writing. And that's all I got for New Year's resolutions. Because, well, 2020 fucked me up and took away lots of hopefulness from me. Made me more of a pessimist. But 2021, I hope you're better. Treat us better. Treat us better. Treat us nicer. Give us something to look forward to. Give us some hope to cling on to. Make our lives more enjoyable. I hope you guys have a good New Year's Eve, a good New Year's Day, and I hope you guys have a good start to the new year. And again, hopefully 2021 will treat us better. Well, that's all for now, so I'll see you in another video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Bye.